All right, guys. So it's kind of hard to get all this in one shot. There we go. If we back out of this. So let me move my candle this way. All right, guys. So I waited a little bit too long. You guys can tell by the windows, it's dark outside. There's my window right there, where my finger is pointing toward. All right, there's my window. And it's only like 6:58. Like the sun should be setting. It shouldn't be this dark out. It looks like it's 11. But that's Christmas time, right? So anyway, guys, I'm going to go over some of my planes and jets, stuff like that. So first is our SR-71 Blackbird. So let's get that for the camera. I really like it. I think the attention to detail on these is just wonderful, even on like the bottom. Probably can't see it on this low quality camera, but yeah, the attention to detail here that's an SR-71. Very, very keen on the detail. The other thing is just, in general, these are the what do you call them? The Darren postage stamp planes, formerly known as Model Power, I think. Next is our A-10 Warthog Lightning II. So you guys can see there's a cannon on the front. It's got rockets underneath the wings. You can't see it with this low quality camera, but the very back of the exhausts are like painted. So they are in fact different color. And I really like this detailing on here. Very high quality. In fact, on all of these are pretty high quality. So next up on the list, I think we can just pull this one off. Yep. Is the F-35 Lightning II. Now, some people don't like these. Some people like them. I like the F-35. Personally, it's pretty awesome. Now, this is the Lightning II. This is like the one with like VTOL capability. So it can go vertical. So it has vertical takeoff and landing is what that means. So what that would look like. So what a normal jet looks like starting up, it looks like this, right? It's flat. Then it starts going, and then it starts going up like this, right? That's how I imagine a jet going, or a plane. However, it can go like a helicopter, right? It just goes up like this. It hovers. Vertical, right? Vertical is up and down. Horizontal's side to side. So horizontal takeoff, it looks more like this. It goes forward at a very gradual angle and then builds up over time. And I gotta say, man, this is really nice. Now, the cockpit window is in fact tinted, like a dark black. And the bottoms of these like rockets are all painted. Very well done. The diecast, this is all diecast metal. So if I took a knife and tapped it, you'd hear the metal clinking together. And, they got some fairly decent weight to it, but, they're big enough to fit in the palm of my hand. And I like that because I don't like anything too big. At least I don't know yet. Because I don't own anything that's larger die cast. But yeah, like the detailing on these on the bottoms are very well done on all of these. So yeah, I'd say we got some pretty good stuff here. So that's the F-35. Now the next one is pretty popular. It is actually there's a movie based on this jet. You guys might know it as Top Gun. But yeah, this is the Top Gun aircraft. Now, in the movie and in real life, the wings can be extended to be side to side, where this is folded back. Now it is molded together, so there's no way to fully fold it forward. But this is an F-14 Tomcat. Now, one of the cool features of this is it has the Jolly Roger livery, which what that is as you can see, I don't know if you can tell by the detailing or not. You can sort of tell, but there's little skull and crossbones. I believe they also have an F4 Phantom, or yeah, an F4 Phantom 2 with the same Jolly Roger livery. I'm sure there's other Jolly Roger liveries out there on other jets, but I'm a big fan of the Jolly Roger liveries. I think they always look good. And overall, this is a really nice diecast model. This is really detailed on the bottom, especially. You can look at that. It's the different dimensions and angles and stuff. The other thing that's really nice is just the dimensions are well cut. Where you could tell these fold forward a little bit. You can tell where it's supposed to. If you've known what the F-14 Tomcat is, you know what I'm talking about. One thing to note is the very tip of the nose has this little thing sticking out. That is very thin metal. So when taking this out of the package, be especially careful not to drop it on the front first, or you will bend that or chip it off. Just be really careful with stuff like that. And when it comes to these tail fins on these, be very careful. Especially on all of these jets, like the SR-71 has the same thing, right? Where this is two little tail fins. The A-10 Warthog has the same issue. Look how thin that metal is. You could very easily bend that. The F-35 does as well. Very thin metal. So again, metal is bendable, and these are die cast. These are a lot more durable than plastic. Plastic snaps, metal can snap. Takes it a lot more too, but just be really careful with these things. They're not toys, so don't pick it up and throw it or whatever. It can fly. No, don't do that. Don't do that. If you want toys, they make toys, but these are for display purpose. And well, what I'm using them for, they're for display purposes only because I like to collect things and display them. And your connection is unstable. Please wait while we reconnect. Sorry, guys. There was some lag, I guess. But, sorry, I don't know what's going on with my internet. But, yeah, no, man, these are very well made. If you could check out those exhaust tips or not. Those are very well done. Got some pretty good weight to it. I like it. If you look closely, I think it says the VF-109. 103. There's a lot of little details if you look out for them. A lot of little shit. Which I like. Man, this is the F-14 Tomcat. This is the jet used in the Top Gun films. This is the first one. I've not seen the second one. Okay, now this is the almighty, man. This thing is awesome. This thing is a perfect tool and weapon of war. This is the AH-64D for Delta Apache longbow. So that is really cool. So we're going to be extra gentle with this. Now, the only thing I have an issue with this, trust me, there's not a lot of assembly with this. You just have the top piece that pops off. And now you have nothing. Your helicopter's been D6'd. It's out of order. It's out of commission. But all you do is you take this piece here, the propeller, and then you take this little connector piece, the top of the rotor, and you just stick the little pin through the hole. Don't comment anything in the comment section. Try not to. And stick that through, and then there's a small little insert area. And you stick that into that little insert area. Boom. There you go. It's very basic. No other assembly. Now, the only problem I have with all this is the tail propeller. From a distance, you're like, it's not that bad. It should be more of an X. It should not be like that. Look at that. I mean, it should be more potent than that, I would think, right? It, like when you put it up like this is what it looks like. That's just sloppy. It should be way more spaced out. Like, in my opinion, it should be more like, I don't want to break anything, but in my opinion, it should be much more, spread out. Like I just pushed it a little bit further out, but it still doesn't fix much. Only problem I have with it, just unrealistic. Like that doesn't look realistic, does it? I don't know. Now, really cool. I'm not going to say play feature because that's not what it is. These aren't meant to be played with. But yeah, if we take a wow, man, that little stand thing, I get them in there real good so that way they don't come off, and then I take them off. Stand, so yeah, look at that, and it sits nice and on the ground like it would in real life. It's just the whole. You're taking off. This is Python 2.5 lifting up. Oh shit! Well, don't do that. It's partially my fault. I didn't really stick it all the way in there. Again, don't say anything. I'm trying to be really gentle with these. But I didn't stick the pin all the way into the insert on the top. And I kind of wish that they do make another one. This one is in the OD green. And so, yeah. Okay, all right, enough fucking around. Yeah, that's so cool. But yeah, the little gun on the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see the little cannon. I'd suspect that to be a 27 millimeter or something. It too rotates. Now, again, it's a small detail. You probably won't get to ever see it. From this angle, you can kind of see it. I like that about this. And it just sort of sits like it would in, like, if it were parked, or not parked, if it were landed, that's how it would sit. I really wish that they would do the Cobras. I know they make the Bell UH-1s. They do have another Apache helicopter out there. Looks to be more modern. This looks to be an older one, so the detailing isn't all the way there, but these are well detailed. I mean, the rockets this thing comes fully equipped. I mean, these things are just monster helicopters, man. Where you have the A-10 and the Apache. I mean, that's every Marine's preferred air support. Now, I get why people are dissing on the F-35, because I also have the same criticism. People are just trying to make this aircraft literally replace so much stuff. It's like trying to replace our entire inventory, and I'm not all for that. Now, I really like the F-16s and the F-35 or the F-22 Raptors. And I'm just like the other guy. You know what I mean? Um, I like so many different aircrafts. And so I guess the next two I want to get are going to be bombers. It's going to be the B-1B Boss Hog and the B-2 Spirit bomber. So those are going to be the two bombers I'm going to get. Hopefully I can find an F-16 to add to my collection, though. Um, yeah, that's so cool. Trick is flick it forward and then gently tap it backwards, and it goes pretty well. But who knows? It is what it is. There's a lot of detail on these things. So these are very fun to collect. Yeah, no, they are as is. So there's no, for most of these, there's no assembly. On helicopters. You got to attach the little rotor, or the rotor on the top. You do have to attach that. But apart from that, there's no other assembly. I have heard out a rumor sometimes the tail fins won't be perfectly lined. I have not had that issue with any of my jets. The only one I think I have a little bit of an issue is with my SR-71. The tail fins from a distance look to be not so level, not so straight. They look like they want to come together. I don't know what you guys think in the comments, but you got that. And actually, let me grab it like this. So if you can see that or not, both my tail fins, they look straight enough at certain angles, but at some others they don't look so straight. But I think that's just if you don't have it perfectly level. Yeah. I don't know. It's whatever. Now the tip of this is really nice. It's very durable, whereas the tip of my F-14 is not so durable. But yeah, they have a bunch of details, and these things are really fun to own. Yeah, so I've started collecting these as a little hobby of mine. Cool detail. If you actually look on the bottom, there's that gray paint. I'm pretty sure that entire gray paint is how big the Gatling gun is on the back, made by General Electrics. Oh, and for those wondering, I don't know if they have any variations of the F-14 Tomcat. I know that Calibri Wings, I think is the name of the brand. They make the premium F-14 Tomcats, the best in the market, the best out there. And if you're really looking for a exact to accurate detail F-14 Tomcat, you want the wings to be how they are on, like in flight. Then these are the wings when they're in takeoff mode. Now they fold forward and they get side to side perfectly horizontal in flight. But when taking off, I think is what these things look like. But yeah, no. I don't know. What else should I get or what else should I add to my little fleet here? SR-71 is the world's fastest jet ever, I believe. They do have something that is like a pretty much a rocket on wings that you can pretty much fly to. I'm trying to adjust this here. Sorry, this seat is very uncomfortable. Not uncomfortable, but the way this, I hate circle tables because you either do this and then the seat's not straight. I'm sorry, boys. This is my first video out here. Let me scoot my seat up further. Yeah, this is an all right posture. But what was I saying out here? I forget. Oh yeah. So as for the F-14s, uh, there are tons of larger scale F-14s, but I don't really have any spot dedicated to suit some or to accommodate for aircrafts of that scale. Not yet. I'm not quite sure if I'm wanting to collect in that scale. Maybe just get 2 or 3 different aircrafts in a larger scale. But there is a Eastern European or Russian model company that makes these die-cast airplanes, and it's a different brand than this, but they make a lot of like Russian planes and jets that I like. And I'm having a hard time finding any Russian like the Su-2 or the Sukhoi 2, I think. Once fully called, they cut it down to SU for short. But it was a World War II it is a World War II bomber, but it was in a lighter configuration, almost like a dive bomber. The other ones by Darren postage stamp that I'm seeing are like the BF 109 and the JU 87, which are German World War II aircrafts. I know they do some British, aircrafts as well. And so, but they don't do any Russian aircrafts. I don't know why, but they don't, which is a shame. So I like all aircrafts. But I only got these amazing American ones for right now. Wow, just that really nice look at this beautiful, beautiful Apache helicopter. Now, I wish that they honestly made some more helicopters. For instance, the what was that chopper? Ugh. Hold on a minute. Dual rotor. I want to figure out the name of this thing. The Boeing CH-47. So there's that, right? And it's basically that chopper with a rotor on this side, a rotor on this side. The back opens up. It's a transport chopper for the Marines, and it carries stuff. It's in Grand Theft Auto 5. I think it's called the Cargo Bob. That thing. If they made that in the same scale or in an almost similar scale to something like this, I would buy it. If they did the Cobra, I would buy it. But they only have the Bell UH-1 in this thing. So I really want to see them start doing more aircrafts. In fact, it'd be cool to see a police helicopter and even like a news helicopter, some civilian helicopters. I know that the postage stamp airplanes are not just military aircrafts. I know they also do, what do you call them? Airlines. So I know people collect a lot of those. I don't, not yet, but who knows? Thank you guys for watching. Yeah, but every couple times I get more of these, I'll just showcase what I got. But yeah, no, man, that is a really nice F-35. I really like that. They're made out of 100% die-cast. Wow, look at that. It looks like the real thing, man. They even got the intakes right. So, I'll see you guys. Stay safe.